So the West was dictating and promoting its aqidah, its value on the rest of the world. And a lot of Muslims, they were impacted by this, whether you like it or not, whether you like it, even the most religious, like I say, even the most religious, the most conservative Muslims today, excluding maybe some people who really still live the most primitive, simplest lifestyle. They live in some remote village with no access to electricity. But the normal people, especially those who live in major cities in the Arab world and Pakistan and everywhere else, they were liberalized to a certain extent. Okay, so you were liberalized to a certain point. All of us. We all had this exposure to al-Jahiliyyah. Then, of course, there's people, alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala guided them and protected them. So this was like a vaccine to them. They took it, the right way. They took it in a way that they are protected now because they know what Jahiliyyah is. Like Umar Ibn Al Khattab used to say, because Jahiliyyah, being exposed to Jahiliyyah, I'm not saying just going out there and say, I'm going downtown tonight, get some Jahiliyyah in my heart, No, but if it just happens by the qadr of Allah Azza wa Jal, it can be a good thing. Umar Ibn Khattab used to say, إِنَّمَا تُنْتَقَضُ عُرَى الْإِسْلَامِ عُرْوَةً عُرْوَةً إِذَا نَشَأَ فِي الْإِسْلَامِ مَنْ لَمْ يَعْرِفْ فِي الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ. That the ura of Islam, basically how can I call them, the knots of Islam,
the knots of Islam,
exactly, will be undone, will be open one after one. Basically, we'll be losing the practices of Islam, components of Islam, one after the other one. He says, when will that happen? When there will be a generation that will grow up in Islam that never knew Jahiliyyah. Because they don't know the true value of Islam. They cannot. Sahaba radiallahu anhum, Allah Ta'ala took them from darkness to a nur. They see the big contrast. But then you see today, there's nothing to hide anymore, right? In the Gulf countries and Saudi and everything, we cannot hide this. We cannot say in some countries. No, let's say what it is, right? Not everyone, but you have a good portion of the population which is like, the windows were closed and now they saw the nur for them, right? Finally, they can go and they can dance and they can say any lyrics that they feel like, because for them this is liberation. They have never really seen Jahiliyyah yet. They have not seen the consequences of Jahiliyyah. If I bring them to Canada, bring them to the US, I don't know what the situation is in Europe right now, but especially after COVID, the big cities here, Vancouver, even the US, San Francisco, and people can even see the videos online, even if you don't go there, right? These are turning into zombie cities, crazy. Like it looks like a movie outside. You're looking at it like, is this real or is this someone who just made up a scene here, movie? You have like people acting like zombies, killed by drugs. People doing the worst. SubhanAllah, you see shaitan right in front of you. Like shaitan is there, shayateen are there, they're living there. Crimes in broad daylight, no safety, nothing. What has led to that? It is modernism. You don't pay the price the next day. No. Allah Ta'ala, inna yawman 'inda rabbika ka'alfi sanatin mimma ta'uddun. If it was, I do something today, something bad today, I'll see the consequence in 1 hour. Well, nobody's going to do wrong things. Generally speaking, it's going to happen over time, especially if you're talking about nations and everything. But those people out there in the Middle East and many other places, many people, they don't know what Jahiliyyah is. They have never seen the Jahiliyyah like real life, live in front of them. They only saw it through TV, again, promotion, beautiful ads and everything. There's a Jannah out there in the West. Let's do our best to reach that Jannah. How can we do it? Well, let's be as modern as possible. So, no, Islam is not modernism. Islam cannot be compatible with modernism as a whole. It's always common. This is a common mistake people they do, is that when they see a common value between one ideology and Islam, they say, oh, that's what Islam is. Oh, there's no dictatorship in Islam, so Islam is democracy. No. Democracy is a different system than Islam. It's different. So, yeah, you can find a lot of traits in modernism that we have the same thing in Islam. Doesn't mean they are the same thing. No, they are very different. And Islam, as Allah Azza wa Jalla said in Surah Al-Baqarah, صِبْغَةَ اللَّهِ وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ مِنَ اللَّهِ صِبْغَةً. It's a taint, it's a color. If Allah Ta'ala colors you with the colors of Islam, it's distinguished colors. It's nothing like anything else. So we cannot put them together.